So I'm gonna do some reading and some studying. I'm gonna see what I can get done in this session. I don't know what I'm gonna read or study entirely. I might continue with my study where I was doing the presence of the Lord study, or just read from something else. But I think that'd be the best for me right now. So let's see what we got. And it might have been something on my mind to check out lately. Yeah. The Sea of Bitterness. I kept reading about that. There it is right there. Wow. I need the Hebrew verse 25. I've been speaking to people that have names like Mary, Miriam, Marin, and their name in Hebrew, or it kind of goes back to, it can mean the Sea of Bitterness, which reminds me of what I was reading right here in Exodus 15 around verse 25. Let's see. It says on the right, and the people complained. Let me make sure y'all can see this. I think y'all can. I just want to verify. Yeah. Excuse me. And the people complained against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" He cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became sweet. There the Lord made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he put them to the test. He said, "If you will listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God and do what is right in his sight, and give heed to his commandments and keep all his statutes, I will not bring on you any of the diseases that I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you." So it didn't say anything about maybe it was the verse before. Let me keep reading a little bit. Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs of water, and this might be it, and 70 palm trees, and they camped there by the water. The whole congregation of the Israelites set out for Elim. Okay, now I'm gonna go back. Well, where is this? Because I see. Oh, it became sweet. I think it's just a little bit before it. There it is. 23. So 23, when they came to Marah, they could not drink the water of Marah because it was bitter. That is why it is called Marah. Okay, that must be what I was looking for. Hell die. So let me check this. Marah, stopping place on route from Egypt with bitter water. So that kind of reminds me of when they say the Sea of Bitterness. Let me see. Oh, that's all it say? Wow. I thought it would be more. So if I click that, what do we get? Bitter Spring and Sinaitic Penins. I think this is the word. Martha. Raw bitterness. That makes sense. So this is definitely connected to it. All right, hold on. Let's see. Where was I? This one? This one. So, Mara is bitterness. There it is. Water of bitterness. So, this phrase is what I was thinking about. Water of bitterness, which is what I was looking up when I was looking up the names like Mary, Miriam, Marin, and it would say it's linked to this word, which can mean sea of bitterness. This is the phrase. And that's verse 23. Just checking the left side to see. Ouch. Bitterness. I'm curious now. So that was verse 23. Take me 15, 23. Dang. It only occurs there. Wow. Okay. Mara. Is that the same? I'm thinking about something. Just trying to make sure I ain't missing nothing in the chat, because I do at times. Oh boy. So I was on verse 27. I'm going to continue from the left, read from the Septuagint. See if I catch any differences or variants though. And they arrived at Elim, and there were 12 springs of water and 70 trunks of date palm trees. 70. Wait a minute. Let me check that. 70. Let me see what this one said. 12 springs, 70 palm. Okay, that's same. So 70 trunks of date palm trees in that place on the left, and they pitched camp there beside the water. Manna and quail. They set out from Elim, and the whole assembly of the sons of Israel, my camera might be in the way, arrived at the wilderness of Zin, which is between Elim and between Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month. Let me check something over here. 15th day. All right, cool. We matching. On the second month since they came out of the land of Egypt, the whole assembly of the sons of Israel was muttering against Moses and Aaron. I wonder about what now? Oh, okay. Since the heading kind of gave it away. And the sons of Israel said to them, We ought to have died, smitten by the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat at the kettles of meat and ate food until full, because you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly by starvation. And the Lord said to Moses, look, I will rain food down to you out of the heavens, and the people will go out and gather it from day to day, so that I may test them about whether they will go according to my instruction or not. So this was a part that I wanted to get, where God tested people. Exodus 6. I want to know this. Let me go get my book. Man, I was thinking about getting my book before I started the live, but I didn't know if I was going to take notes. Another author. Let's see what it is. Anything good? Anything good? The presence of the Lord. Mm-hmm. 5:14. What's today? Wednesday, I think. Yup. Okay, so Exodus 16:4. He was testing Israel. Okay, so let me go back up. I'll start right here. And the people will go out and gather it from day to day, so that I may test them about whether they will go according to my instruction or not. I think the Masoretic text doesn't make it sound like he was testing the Israelites, but let's see. Then the Lord said on the right side to Moses, I am going to rain bread from heaven for you, and each day the people shall go out and gather enough for that day. In that way, I will test them. No, okay, so it must have been another verse that I was thinking about. Maybe the previous chapter. Now I got to go back and get that. I wonder what verse was it. Exodus 15, because they was complaining about the water. Okay, yeah, so Moses took the sons of Israel away from the Red on the left, from the Red Sea, and he led them into the wilderness of Shur, and they went 3 days in the wilderness and did not find water to drink, and they came to Marah, were not able to drink at Marah, for it was bitter. Because of this, the name of that place was called Bitterness. And the people began muttering against Moses, saying, what will we drink? And Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed a piece of wood to him, and he threw it into the water, and the water became sweet. There he established ordinances and judgments for him, and there he tested him. Okay, wait. Wait, let me finish reading that. And he said, if with hearing you hear the voice of the Lord your God, and you do what is pleasing before him, and you listen to his commandments and carefully keep all of his ordinances, I will not bring all the sickness that I brought on the Egyptians on you. For I am the Lord your God who heals you. Okay, so that must be the one I was thinking about. So right there. Okay, 24 on the right says, and the people complained against Moses, saying, what shall we drink? He cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became sweet. There the Lord made for them a statute. Okay, I think, yeah, this must be, because over here, go up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so on the left, in 25 at the end, it says, there he tested him. But on the right, and on the Masoretic, it says them. What shall we drink? He cried out to the Lord, and he threw into the water and became sweet. There the Lord made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he put them to the test. So it's a little different, but I think this word in Greek can mean him, her, or we, maybe. Let's see. Yes, it says he, she, it, a reference to a definite person, place, thing, or concept, self, a marker to show distinctiveness of another word. And then it says his family, so that can be a group of people. I think that's another word. So, yeah, that was another word. Okay, so that was it. Let me go back. Exodus 15:26, I believe. Yeah, no, 25. 15:25. Making a note. So from this, I understood recently that if they don't listen to the voice of God and his commandments, then they will get sick and suffer diseases and things like that. Let me make sure. I think verse 26 might say that. I'm just reading on the right. He said, if you will listen carefully to the voice of the Lord your God and do what is right in his sight, and give heed to his commandments and keep all his statutes, I will not bring on you any of the diseases that I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. Yeah. Okay. Now I can go back to where I was at. Verse 4 or 5 and 16. I'll start about here. 20 minutes. Good little read so far. Sleeping. And the Lord on the left, and the Lord said to Moses, look, I will rain food down to you out of the heavens, and the people will go out and gather it from day to day, so that I may test them about whether they will go according to my instruction or not. And it will be on the 6th day. Let me check something. Okay. On the 6th day, and they will prepare whatever they bring in, and it will be twice what they would gather day to day. And Moses and Aaron said to the whole assembly of the sons of Israel, at evening you will know that the Lord led you out from the land of Egypt. Then in the morning you will see the glory of the Lord when he hears your murmuring against God. But as for us, what are we that you are muttering against us? And Moses said, when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening and food in the morning until full, because the Lord has heard your murmuring, that you yourselves are muttering against us. But as for us, what are we? Then it says, for your murmuring is not against us, but rather against God. And Moses said to Aaron, say to the whole assembly of the sons of Israel, come in before God, for he has heard your murmuring. And when Aaron spoke to the whole assembly, the sons of Israel, and they turned themselves toward the wilderness, the glory of the Lord appeared in a cloud. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, I have heard the murmuring of the sons of Israel. Speak to them, saying, toward evening you will eat meat, and in the morning you will be sated with food. And you will know that I am the Lord your God. And evening came, and quails went up and covered the encampment. And morning came with dew settling around the encampment, and looked, something fine and small, like coriander, was on the surface of the wilderness, white like frost on the land. Let me see what this one say. And seeing it, the sons of Israel said to one another, what is this? For they did not know. For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, this is the food that the Lord has given to you to eat. This is the instruction that the Lord has ordered. Gather some of this, each one, for those appropriate, and omer per head, according to the number of your persons. Each one gather it along with your household members. And the sons of Israel did so, and they gathered some much and another little. And then it says, and when they measured by the omer, the one with much did not have a surplus, and the one with little did not have a shortage. They gathered each one for those appropriate to himself. Moses said to them, let no one leave any of it over until the morning. Nevertheless, they did not pay attention to Moses, but some left over some of it until the morning, and it bred worms, and it stank. And Moses became angry at them, and they gathered it in the morning, but when the sun warmed up, it melted. And it happened on the sixth day. That's verse 22. Let me check that. Yup. Okay, cool. On the sixth day that they gathered double the required amount, 2 omers for each person, and all the rulers of the congregation came in and reported to Moses. K Vegas in the building. 2 omers, yup. All right. 23, and the Lord said to them, is this not the word that the Lord spoke? Tomorrow is the Sabbath, a holy rest to the Lord. That's interesting. All right. Whatever you bake, and whatever you boil, and then whatever is left over, leave it for storage until morning. And they left behind some of it until morning, just as Moses charged them, and did not turn foul. It did not turn foul. Nor were there worms in it. And then Moses said, eat it today, for today is a time of rest to the Lord. It will not be found in the field. You will gather for 6 days, but on the 7th day is a time of rest, so that there will be none of it. And it, okay, let me stop right there. Six days on the right. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is, okay, just want to check. 27. And it happened on the 7th day on the left. Some of the people went out to collect, and they did not find any. And the Lord said to Moses, how long are you unwilling to listen to any commandments? Well, to my commandments and my law. Look, for the Lord has given you this day. Because of this, on the 6th day, he himself has given you food for 2 days. So let me check that. 29. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Let's see. On the sixth day, he himself has given you food for 2 days. Remain at rest in your houses. Let no one go out from his place. On the seventh day. Okay. Got it. And the people kept Sabbath on the seventh day, and the sons of Israel. Let me go check something. 7 days. Got it. Boy. Hope I'll be back. Mm-hmm. 31. That's what I'm gonna pick up at. And the sons of Israel gave it the name manna, and it was white like a coriander seed, and its taste was like cake prepared with honey. And Moses said, "This is the word that the Lord charged. Fill up a container with an omer of manna for storage throughout your generations." Was that something? Let me see that. Verse 32. Okay. Manna for storage throughout your generations, so that they may see the bread that you ate in the wilderness when the Lord led you out from the land of Egypt. So this was it. Okay. It was just the next verse. All right, cool. It was a variant. So 33. And then Moses said to Aaron, "Take the golden jar," and it's highlighted because in the Masoretic text, it says, "The Lord has commanded, let an omer of it be kept throughout your generations, in order that they may see the food with which I fed you in the wilderness when I brought you out of the land of Egypt." And Moses said to Aaron, so it's verse 33. Okay. Take a jar. So this one just says take a jar, but the other one says take a golden jar. I thought it was verse 32 though. No, it's 33. Okay. I think I posted that. I think. Let me check. Just gotta make sure. I'm sure I did. I just gotta make sure. I'm so goofy. I just gotta make sure. Yeah. Okay, I just didn't post what verse it was, but I did. Okay, cool. So I try to keep up with this stuff. So 1633. Got it. So on the left, it says, and then Moses said to Aaron, take a golden jar and place a full omer of manna into it, and you shall put it before God for preservation. Wait a minute, that's got to be presence. That's my other study, presence of the Lord. This word, I think this can mean the same as like, let's see, like face, presence. Yep, in front of. So this word, in front of, before. I ain't gonna hit that. How do you get that to go away? And over here, on the right, it says, and Moses said to Aaron, take a jar and put an omer of manna in it and place it before the Lord. Pane, perfect. Yep, that's it. So this can be translated face, presence, before, faces, as you can see right there, face. So, yeah, interesting. Let's get out of that and go back. On the left. And you shall put it before God for preservation for your offspring, according to the way the Lord commanded Moses. Aaron also put it before God, and that's the same word. So it's interesting the way that word could be translated in the definitions of it, because it makes you think about it differently. But anyway, because it could be presence. Imagine if it said, Aaron also put it before the presence of God. You know what I mean? Like, kind of changes the way you might think about it or understand it. So let's see. Put it before God for preservation. And Moses, the sons of Israel, and the sons of Israel ate the manna for 40 years. Wow. Okay, hold on. That's verse 35, I think. On the right, the Israelites ate manna 40 years. Okay. On the left, until they came to the habitation, they ate the manna until they came into the territory of Phoenicia. The omer was a 10th part of the 3, chapter 17. And the whole community of the sons of Israel set out from the wilderness of Zin according to the encampments through the word of the Lord, and they camped in Rephidim. But I wonder why did people highlight that. Let's see. Okay. But there was no water for the people. I wonder if they complained again. And the people railed toward, Moses, saying, give us water so that we may drink. And Moses said to them, why are you railing against me? And why are you testing the Lord? Interesting. Okay, so it makes me think railing against the prophet is the equivalent to testing God. So in another way, it kind of makes me think if you don't have faith in the prophet, you don't have faith in God. Kind of. But maybe that shouldn't be said. But the way it's worded there. Verse 3. And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured there against Moses, saying, For what reason have you brought us out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock by thirst? And then Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, what will I do with this people? Yet a little more, and they will stone me. And the Lord said to Moses, go before this people, and take along with yourselves some of the elders of the people, and your staff by which you struck the river. Hold on, I'll be back. Chapter 17. Cold man. Yeah, that's me. Okay. So it says, which you struck the river, take it in your hand. I want to go up a little bit. Okay, right there. The elders of the people and your staff by which you struck the river, take it in your hand and go. And go here. I will stand before you. Ooh, what word is that? I think that might be the same or word that kind of can mean like presence too, because it's kind of similar. Yep, before, in front of a location. It's not exactly the same, but let's see what the Hebrew say. Go ahead of the people and take some of the elders of Israel with you. And it says, take in your hand the staff which you struck the Nile and go. Okay. I will be standing there in front of you. Like this one words it interesting or more interesting. I will be standing there in front of Pane. There it is. Yeah. So this is the word. Wow, that's interesting. I will be standing there in front of you. That word can be translated where it says in front. It can be y'all already know who's been paying attention. That can be face, presence, faces, before. So it could have been translated, I will be standing there in the presence of you, or in. Well, anyway, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the left. Here I will stand there before you. Wow, you gotta love it. On the rock at Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water will come out of it, and my people will drink. And Moses did so in the presence of the sons of Israel. And he named the name of that place Trial and Contention, because of the contention of the sons of Israel and because of their trying the Lord. Okay. Saying, is the Lord among us or not? Now, in the context, I didn't see them say that, but I guess what they did was the equivalent that means that. Let's see what the Masoretic say. Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. He called the place Massah and Meribah because the Israelites quarreled and tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" Interesting. Okay. Wow. Is the Lord among us or not? I don't remember that. All right. Let me do something before I continue real quick. I don't think I got any comments in the chat. Oh, I did. Sorry. I'm late. Somebody said, "Do you know differentiation?" I might have pronounced that wrong. Differentiation. What do you mean? Do you know differentiation? I'm probably not saying that word right, but if I am, what do you mean? Do you know? What do you mean by that? If you're still with me, because I just seen it, I'm like 10 minutes late. My bad. Let me put my computer on the charger too. Hold on. There we go. Oh boy. Man. 46 minutes. No, I'm gonna say 47 now. There it is. Swoops, there it is. Swoops. I wonder if I could. No, I can't. But I didn't think to get my other computer ready in case somebody commented so I can see it on time. I'm still not used to live streaming here yet. But I'll try to be more mindful in the future. Do you know differentiation? Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get this water. Let me get this water real quick. It's bacon. Oh man. All right. So let me go back. Maybe I should get my tablet out. So I think I'm on 8. Yeah. Verse 8. The defeat of Amalek. I am cold. The signs is here. Sorry about that. So and then Amalek came and made war. Dang. Okay. Amalek just came and made war against Israel and Rephidim. And Moses said to Joshua, "Pick mighty men for yourself and go forth and smite Amalek tomorrow. And look, I will stand on the top of the hill, and the staff of God will be in my hand." And Joshua did just as Moses said to him. And going forth, he drew up in battle against Amalek, while Moses and Aaron and Hur went up to the top of the hill. It's interesting that I'm reading about her because they got movies with her in it. Yeah, they got a movie called Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur. I don't know if that's the same her, but it could be. It could be. Probably not. Because I think it was like a New Testament based movie, so probably not the same one. Am I on 11? Maybe. Went up to the top of the hill, and it happened whenever Moses raised up his hands, Israel prevailed, but whenever he lowered his hands, Amalek prevailed. But the hands of Moses became heavy, and they took up a stone and placed it under him, and he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur propped up his hands, one on this side and one on that side. And the hands of Moses were firmly supported until the setting of the sun. And Joshua routed Amalek and all his people by slaughter with the sword. And then the Lord said to Moses, write this down for a memorial in a scroll and put it into the ears of Joshua, that I will completely wipe out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens. And then Moses built an altar to the Lord, and he named its name, The Lord is my refuge. For by a secret hand, the Lord is fighting against Amalek from generation to generation. Chapter 18. Okay. I was just checking to see if he commented back or whoever. Since I'm missing comments, it's only one, but still counts. Then Jethro, the priest of Midian, the father-in-law of Moses, heard all the things the Lord did for Israel, his own people. For the Lord had led Israel. Okay, I had to check out something. From Egypt. And Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, took Zipporah, the wife of Moses, after her release, and her two sons. The name of one of them was Gershom, saying, I was a sojourner in a foreign land. And the name of the second was Eliezer, saying, for the God of my father was my helper, and rescued me out of the hand of Pharaoh. And Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, and his sons and his wife went forth to Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped near the mountain of God. And it was reported to Moses, saying, look, your father-in-law Jethro is coming to you, and your wife and your two sons with him. And Moses went forth to meet his father-in-law and bowed to him and kissed him, and they greeted one another. And he brought him into his tent. Moses explained to his father-in-law everything that the Lord did to Pharaoh and all the Egyptians for the sake of Israel, and all the hardships that had befallen them on the way, and that the Lord rescued them from the hand of Pharaoh and from the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro was astonished at all the good things that the Lord had done for them, and that he had rescued them from the hand of the Egyptians and from the hand of Pharaoh. And Jethro said, blessed is the Lord, because he rescued them out of the power of the Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh. Now I recognize that the Lord is greater than all the gods because of this. They attacked them, and Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, took the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices for God, And Aaron and all the elders of Israel came by to share a meal with the father-in-law of Moses in the presence of God. Okay, so that's the same word, presence of God. Yeah, I want to do a search on that in Greek. I'm so tempted. Do I have the Greek? I'll do it later. Okay. Presence of God. Then it says, and it happened after the next day, Moses took his seat to judge the people, and all the people stood around Moses from morning until evening. And Jethro, seeing everything that he did for the people, he said, what is this that you yourself are doing for the people? On what sitting alone? Wait, did I miss something? I did. On what account are you yourself? I was looking for the Greek under it. I don't see it. On what account are you yourself sitting alone, and all the people are positioned near you from morning until evening? And Moses said to his father-in-law, it is because the people come to me to seek out a judgment from God. For whenever a controversy comes about for them, and they come to me, I give judgment for each one, and I inform them of the ordinances of God and his law. Then it says, the father-in-law of Moses said to him, you are not handling this matter properly. You will destroy both yourself and all the people that are with you by unbearable physical exhaustion. This matter is burdensome for you. You will not be able to do it alone. Now, therefore, listen to me, and I will counsel you, and God will be with you. Jethro had faith. I didn't notice that. Interesting. Let me make a little note. I only know what verse I'm on. 19? Okay, 19. Okay. So it says, God will be with you. You yourself be for the people, the things before God. I think that word goes back to the same word, pane, basically, in Hebrew. Looks a little different. In the Greek. What is it in the Hebrew? Now listen to me. I will give you counsel, and God will be with you. You should represent the people before. Oh, that's a different word. Mule. Okay, before God. Front, in front of. So, kind of the same though. Definitions anyway. So where we at? On the left, the people, the things before God, and you shall bring their matters to God, and you shall inform them of the ordinances of God and his law, and indicate for them his ways in which they should conduct themselves, in them and the responsibilities that they should carry out. And you yourself search out capable men from all the people, God-fearing men, righteous ones who hate pride, and you shall set leaders. I love that. Who hate pride. You shall set leaders of thousands up over them, and leaders of hundreds, and leaders of 50, and leaders of 10. And they shall judge the people all the time. But the word that is too much, they will present to you. And the smaller matters for judgment, they will judge themselves. And they will lighten things up for you, and they will bear the load with you. If you put this process into effect, God will strengthen you, and you will be able to stand. And that's verse, let me say, God will strengthen you. Oh, that's the same verse. Okay, what verse is that? 23. I gotta get this one too. Okay. If you put this process into effect, God will strengthen you, and you will be able to stand, and this entire people will go unto his own place with peace. And Moses listened to the the advice of his father-in-law, and put the things that he said to him in place. And Moses chose capable men from all Israel and established them over them as leaders of thousands, and leaders of hundreds, and leaders of 50, and leaders of 10. And they judged the people all the time, but every word that was too much they brought to Moses, and every minor. Dang, I forgot to check the other part. Word they judged themselves. 27. Okay, I'm gonna check something over here real quick. Okay. And Moses sent his own father-in-law out, and he went away unto his land. 19. One hour and 3 minutes. I'm tired. Can't read about. I mean, good, but I'm gonna see if I can get some rest now. I hit it. There it is.